Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. In today's video we're going to be changing the alternator on the R53 Mini. So as I said, we're going to be changing the alternator on the R53 Mini. I did the R50 Mini, my other half's Mini, the other week. Didn't film that, didn't think it'd be worth it. But now, luckily, I've got the opportunity to do it again. So hopefully I'm going to get a lift to go and pick up a new alternator today at some point, but at the minute I don't have one, so I'm going to start stripping down the car and getting to the point where I've got the alternator off. So basically I was driving last night, battery light came on, steering was a bit heavy, got home, turned it off, turned it back on again, battery light was still there and the power steering pump wasn't running. So I've this morning gone out and bought a new battery. That's my old one. The new battery didn't resolve the issue. There was an issue where it seemed it wasn't charging, so the battery might not actually be at fault. So hopefully, I think with euros you can send it back, but either way I might have a spare battery, put a new battery in, whatever. But yeah, I watched it as I was charging it off the Lexus. I watched the voltage of it just drop. So yeah, I can sort of safely assume that the alternator is bad. So I've messaged one of my mates and he said, yeah, I've got a part for you, no worries. So I'm hopefully going to go and get a lift and pick that up this afternoon. But for now, as I said, let's get this one off. So I've got the car up on 2 jack stands. I've realised I don't have the belt tool for this, and because there's the tensioner, I'm not too sure I'm going to do it without the tool, but I'm going to have a go anyway. I'm going to jack the bottom of the engine up. I'm going to put a wooden plank on top of that, and then I'm going to take the engine mount off and see what goes. I have disconnected the battery, so I'm going to go and get a wooden plank and we'll jack that up. So I've got the front bumper off now. There was basically a screw here, or an 8mm bolt here, which I had to access from underneath. Same on the other side. Then there were some Torx bits here and here, and then there was 3 bolts underneath, 3 10mm bolts, and then that peels forward. So now we've got the crash bar out on show. So the plan is to loosen these bolts a touch, pull the crash bar forward, and then hopefully get down to the alternator. So I've stripped off quite a few more bits. I've took the intercooler off, I've took the crash bar off, which was basically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bolts and nuts all down the sides, and obviously took the bumper off already. And now it's in what they call front end service mode, which is where this sort of plastic bumper here is pulled down, and you get a bit of access inside here, which should be enough to get a set of sockets or spanners on these 3 bolts, and then we'll figure out getting the belt off afterwards. Okay, so what I've done is there's a 16mm bolt here which holds the tensioner into the side of the supercharger. So what I've done is I've removed that, and it's given me a little bit of slack on the belt now. Only a very slight amount, but I've basically took this one 10mm part out, and I'm going to get these 2 bottom ones out, which should loose the alternator, which we then should be able to sort of drag down and out, and then hopefully push the new one up and in, and that should be able to let us in and out of the belt without needing that special tool. So I got the 3 bolts out. I've took the wiring harness off. There is a ground connector here as well, but pretty much what I'm going to do is that, and that's the alternator out. I'm just going to remove this ground and then jiggle it up this way, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is the alternator out. I don't know enough about them to sort of tell whether it's broken or not. I used a battery tester tool which said that it reckons it was broken. So yeah, anyway, that's that out. So all we basically got to do now is, when the new alternator gets here, obviously put it back into place, and we've got to pull this belt up just like so, and then put the alternator underneath that belt, and then obviously get the car back together. But now we wait. Okay, so it's a bit later on in the evening now. Unfortunately the car still isn't fixed. The alternator that my friend David bought was the wrong one. It had 2 pins, whereas mine needs 3 pins. So I ordered one from Euros. It'll be here tomorrow, so we'll get that fitted as soon as it gets here. But for now, it's just going to be like this. and yeah, hopefully we'll have it up and running tomorrow morning. The I used discount code winter36 I think on Euros, and got like 50 quid off an alternator. And when I send in my old one, it will be, I'll get 24 quid back, which is alright. So yeah, not brilliant, but it is what it is at the end of the day, and it was cheaper than taking it to a garage. That's all that matters. I also am thinking now whether it would be worth keeping my battery and then sending the other one back. I don't know, maybe. I'll have a think about it, because that'll be £50 I can recoup there. So, all in all, not too bad, but we'll see how we get on tomorrow with the new alternator. I'll see you tomorrow. Okay, so delivery man came from Euros. We've got the new alternator, which has the right wiring connector this time. Looks all good, more shiny, all new. So let's work on getting it reinstalled into the engine bay. Okay, so first things first, what I'm going to do is actually get the alternator down into this space here. I basically pushed the bumper back and the radiator back a touch last night, and then next on the list we'll obviously get it back onto the belt. So after we've got it in and under the belt, I'll plug the wiring harness in and then connect the earth, and then we'll bolt it back up into place. Okay, so I've managed to get the alternator back in with the belt on. All I need to do is plug the connector in and connect the earth. Slight problem. The radiator's off, so I took the radiator off just so I could get easier access. I needed to do a coolant flush anyway because the coolant was brown and horrible. So I've killed two birds with one stone really. So I disconnected the coolant pipes off the radiator and just pushed it to one side. I do have air conditioning, so that did make it a little bit more awkward. So things are just kind of hanging, which is giving me anxiety, but we'll get around it. So I just wanted to show you, I basically made my own tensioner tool. So I'm going to show you what I did. So as you can see in here, there is a silver bolt there, and there's just a little bolt that I had spare. And on the side of the tensioner wheel there's 3 holes. So I basically bolted that little bolt into there, cut it down and put it in. And then I put this 16mm bolt on the top of the tensioner back in, but left it out a touch. And then I used the jack handle to lever it forwards. Then I have electrical taped I think it's an 8mm Allen key onto it, and then that is then holding the tensioner in. So this is doing the job that tool would do. So that's holding the tensioner at the minute, which has let me have enough slack to put this on. So I'm going to release this now, make sure the belt's not properly around, then I'm going to release this. Okay, so I've checked and the belt's on all the way around. I'm happy with that. All net is in tight. So I'm going to push on the tensioner, pull my little contraption out and slowly release this. And that's the jack and handle loose. So I did put a ratchet in it for a bit more leverage, and this is the little tool that I made. Quite handy really. But now the belt is tensioned again. You should replace this belt when you're replacing this, but we'll hopefully be doing the supercharger pulley soon when I'll be getting a new belt anyway. So this is the bolt I put in the tensioner, that's all it is. I just cut it down to size. I don't know what thread it is, but as long as it fits into them holes, that's all that really matters. It didn't need to be tight. I didn't actually thread it in, it just kind of sat in there, and that was good enough for me. So I'm going to keep that because that's handy. So I'm going to put this bolt back in, and then we'll start reassembling it after I've connected the power and the ground. Right then, so alternator's all plumbed in, the power and the ground. I've put this bolt back on, tightened all this up over here, and put the air strap on, and yeah, I'm going to start whacking everything back on, get the radiator back on, get all the bumper and the crash bar on, and I'll check back in with you halfway through. Right then, the car is back together now. Just quickly show you. I've obviously got the bumper and the crash bar and everything back on. It's all back on tight and secure. I've obviously got to fill up the coolant, which I'm going to do that now. All the bolts are tight, so all that's left to do really is fill the coolant, plug the battery back on, and yeah, test if she's all sorted. And that's it. I've changed the alternator out. I've kept the battery for now. I don't know whether I'm going to take it back. I just need to speak to the staff at Euro Car Parts, see what they say. If not, it's only for 53 quid. You know, it might be worth just swapping the battery out anyway, just so I know when it was changed. But yeah, I'm happy with that now. Everything sounds sweet. Read the coolant system, that's all running nice. Car sounds sweet again. So I'll leave a link in the description to the alternator that I bought, and also to the battery as well if you're interested. But other than that, thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, hope you learned something from it. Make sure to share it with your friends, hit subscribe, hit the like button, and I'll see you in the next one.